Hello, Lagos. Welcome to another edition of the 8 Gear Series Live. And this is the expose version of our Get Up series. Today, I have a very special guest with me who is an expert in digital market. And we'll be talking about opportunities for young people and how businesses can take advantage of digital marketing, as well as how young people can take about advantage of opportunities, employment opportunities that will make themselves available to us via digital marketing. So, without much ado, I'll be introducing my guest to the studio by the name Winnie Daniels. Winnie Daniels, you're
Hi,
welcome.
hi, good
All right.
afternoon.
All right. It's a pleasure having you. By the way, Winnie Daniels is a certified Google partner. He's an affiliate marketer by profession, a copywriter, and a lead digital marketer par excellence. Works with Wide, and he has years of digital strategy, sales strategy experience in his belt. He's been working with startups, with top brands, and organizations in the automobile, fashion, health, beauty industry to create profitable sales structures for these businesses. He's also a freelancer and also available at the 8 Gear Hub for services. But we're going to having some conversations today about the digital marketing profession and if there's anything we can learn from his experience today. So one more time, you're welcome, Winnie Daniels.
Thank you, thank you.
Uh, All right. So I remain your host, Damila Obidairo, and I will go straight into the topic for today. So first things first, I would like to know what's your background? What's your first degree? What did you study?
My first degree, I studied mathematics, math and stats at the Ocean State
Wow.
University. Yeah,
Wow.
math and
From
stats.
mathematics to digital marketing, please help us make sense of it.
Yeah, most times when I try to tell people or try to explain to people I studied math, they'll be like, I must be a genius, I must be a very intelligent person, which to an extent I agree with them, but then I feel digital marketing introduced me to a whole lot, and the whole Nigerian system, trying to get job and tired of that, and I just feel let me just create something, and that's how I found myself in the digital space. So it has been a whole interesting journey so far. Trust me.
All right. Transiting from maths to digital marketing, was there really an hassle? We need your honest opinion. Was it a tough one, or or should we say you found it easy because it's something you're passionate about?
Well, initially, I wanted to do computer science in school because right from time
Okay.
growing up, I love anything tech, anything computerized, anything that has to do with the internet. So it just happened to be in mathematics due to um the old jam issue and school issue. So I just found myself in mathematics basically. Then transitioning from mathematics to the old digital marketing space. Well, I won't say it was hard. I won't say it is hard basically because in the real sense, being a mathematician, it helps you develop and it helps you solve word problems. So I feel to an extent my I have been shaped by being a mathematician. So it really made things a little bit easy for me diving into the digital space.
Hmm. Okay, so on this on the side, this is aside from the real core questions. So are you one of those that believe that regardless of what you study in school, you must get out there and find yourself, or you must find some area of application in what you study in school? What school of thoughts would you fall?
Well, in the real sense, I'm more of a business person. I'm more of a field person than just being in a classroom. So to an extent, yeah, the education is needed, but I feel we've gotten to an era whereby our abilities should not be confined to just what we study or what we are being taught in the university system. Do you understand? So most times our
Mm.
passion are different from what we study in school. So I feel not not on all. all cases, not on all cases,
Okay.
but in the school of thought that regardless of whatever you study, you can end up being something different.
Mm. All right. So how long have you been practicing digital marketing?
Well, right from after, let me say after my NYC, let's say 16, 17, let's say 17, ending
So
the,
that's like 3 years now,
yeah,
3, 4 years
three,
now.
4 years now.
All right. So how has the experience been in the last 4 years?
The beautiful thing about digital marketing is that the more you, like they say about creativity, the more you use, the more you are creative, the more you try as much as possible to get creativity, the more you become more creative. So my journey so far, the more I have gone in this process, in this journey, I get more interested in finding out more. Do you understand? So the journey has been so interesting. I could remember how I started the digital marketing
Hmm.
process. It was out of frustration, of looking for jobs. Do you know after I post NYC trauma is always a lot for Nigerian youths. So after looking for
Okay.
jobs, I didn't even start with a laptop. Funny enough, it was that
Wow.
bad. I didn't start with a laptop. So I had a friend. I tried too many things at that point in time. So I had a friend that was into affiliate marketing. We sat together back then at Ogun State. It's Damola by name.
Okay.
So he's like, "Guy, how far? Let's come and run it." I'm like, okay, let me just at least there's no harm in trying. So when he introduced me to it, I got interest. So I didn't have a laptop at that time. So what I do is when he's probably at night, when he's asleep, I try and get on the system, do some things. Then he introduced me to the company he was affiliated with. Then I registered, and that's how the journey began. And in 2 weeks, I bought a laptop from my earnings
Wow.
from the
No,
old.
Scott it for us now.
So it was so that was the turning point for me actually. That was the turning point because when I
Wow.
started, when I saw the what my life could turn to be with this
Mm,
knowledge I got. I was
mm,
borrowing at the point I was borrowing friend system. I could borrow it for 2 days, could borrow another one
mm.
for because I felt this is something that could work. So my first week of being an affiliated marketer, he was putting me through Facebook ads and I was running ads. And in my first week, spending like 20, 30K on ads, I was getting returns of about 100,000. I was like, wow,
Wow.
I could get 100,000 in like 2 weeks without working
Mm,
for somebody. Then I
mm.
was I was pumped up. I was pumped up. So I took my first 100K, then I went to get a system. And that was how the journey began, basically.
Wow. And you have not looked back,
Trust
apparently.
me, I've not looked back. I've not looked back.
Okay.
That
So
was the last I, I don't
I do not
remember
need to ask
for
you how the experience has
interviews.
been.
What did you say?
I do not need to ask you how the experience has been because it's all over.
It has been life changing. Trust me, it has been life
And I
changing.
also have, I think I can skip the question, why did you start? So it's an opportunity for you to, it was an opportunity for you to earn and you took it.
Yeah, I took it. I
Okay,
took it.
so one secret superpower question here. Did you know at any point in time that you were going to pivot into digital marketing and at any point in time while you're in school or something? Did you have a glimmer that I may do something outside of this?
Well, in the real sense, while I was in school, I was into a lot. I'm this kind of student that does a lot. I was at least popular in school. I do a lot of businesses. I can do any business. I can do anything. So I didn't really see myself in the digital space, but I saw myself in an area whereby I will have to deal with people in terms of businesses, in terms of first-hand customer relation. Because during school, I did a lot of business. I've done laundry. I've done laundry business with my friend in school. I've done transportation business. So I had
Mm,
this. I had this vibe. I have this zeal.
entrepreneurial vibe.
Yeah, I have this entrepreneurial spirit in me. So I felt anything I might stumble upon that I will stumble. I had this mindset that I need to be good at it. I need to be the best at it, no matter what.
Mm,
I was and I'm still a fashion designer at some point in time. I was making
mm.
clothes. Even till now, I have my sewing machine in my house. Whenever I just
Wow.
feel bored, like okay, let me just switch a little bit so I'll not forget the old fashion, whatever.
Mm,
But when I got into this digital marketing, and fashion is a very lucrative business, fine, but I love it when I have the freedom
mm,
and not fashion. there's a lot of stress when I'm done making my clothes. This that.
Mm,
But digital marketing just on my system, I can make money from my house without even stepping out. So I think to an
mm,
extent I realized I knew I was going to be at a very I was a tech person to right from time because I loved computer science, I loved anything internet. So
mhm,
I think to an extent I might have seen myself in this digital space.
mm. All right, that's beautiful. I'm very glad to hear that for you. So, um, what opportunities? So, when we say digital marketing, can you help us break it down? Is it different from online? When people say digital marketing and they say online marketing, what's the difference? Let me start from there.
Digital marketing and online marketing. Well, anything that is digital is actually online, but I think
Good.
they are different. I think
Okay.
digital marketing is the proper strategic way to do stuff online. I don't know if you get
Okay.
that.
I do.
Everybody is online. Anything is online. There are so many things online. You
Okay.
can
So
do
what would digital marketing entail? Is it I post on Facebook and I post on Twitter and then I get followers? Yeah. Is there
well.
anything more?
I think there's actually more to digital marketing
Okay.
aside from being in the space. Like digital marketing, you need to understand the people you are dealing with online. You need to know
Okay.
what they are like. You need to your audience, your demographics. You need to understand the online community. So digital marketing is a step ahead in understanding the community. So it is not just you posting, you being organic or well, to an extent, that could help. But digital marketing a is an intentional is an intentional part of the online market. That
Okay. So
is
in specific terms, very specific terms, what if I am a digital marketer? What would I tell anybody that I do, that I service? Um, I give an example. I could say, hey, I'm a web developer. I can build you a website based on HTML, CSS. I can use platforms like WordPress. I
yeah,
could use platforms like Wix and other. I can use HubSpot and the likes to,
yeah.
put your landing pages and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Okay, so in specific terms, what's the scope of work for a digital marketer? The job description of a digital marketer in short from your end, from your
The
point of view.
short description from my point of view is a digital marketer is basically a how will I put it? I'm looking for the best word I could use right now. It's basically like digital and marketer. There's a difference.
Hmm.
That marketing part is key. Is key as
Okay.
well. Me, I'm more of a sales digital person. I'm a strategist and an analyst. So what I do most times is aside from the Facebook ads and the Google ads, aside from advertising, I also try as much as possible to know my market. So digital marketing in short for me is being able to understand your market as a digital person,
Mm,
basically.
understanding trends.
Trends, yeah, understanding your
Mm,
market, understanding your audience, your customer base, what would attract you to your customer, what should attract your customer to you. So basically,
okay, so as a newcomer, I'm new to everything you've said, and I find it interesting, and I want to do this. So what would you advise such a person to do? I'm a young person. I'm just out of school, just done with service. I'm currently serving. What would you advise me to do?
first thing is first, I feel you need to have an understanding of how it works, which what I tell young folks that come to me first is try as much as possible to go online, go to YouTube. I think YouTube is one of the best places to learn anything or have an idea of anything you want to learn. Go to YouTube, look for digital courses, digital marketing courses, get acquainted to it. When you have, then you
Mhm.
can now look for or get a reliable place or reliable tutor or mentor, just like the eight gear organization. Do you understand? Look
Okay.
for somebody
Yeah,
that
I'll
you
give I'll give more information about that towards the end of the program.
yeah. So basically, what I
Okay.
advise is get informations online. I think when I started the funny thing about me when I started digital marketing is that I didn't learn it from like I went and learned it from somebody. It was a
Mm,
gradual process. Then when I
mm,
got to a level, then I realized that for me to go further, I need to intentionally go and meet a professional and learn
mhm.
from a professional. Do you understand? So I
Okay.
feel you need to go online, get materials about it, then submit yourself to a good organization or a professional. Then it goes from there.
Mm, okay. So apart from learning and then going for training and monitoring and mentoring rather, are there things that people need to watch out for? What was your lowest point at any point in time in the last 4 years of you being on this career? What was your lowest point? Was there anything at the point in time you were maybe disappointed or that, oh, I wish I'd known? Is there any that you want to share with
Yeah, I
us?
think when I started, I wasn't paying attention to some information, um, to some key areas of digital marketing. When I started with running adverts, I did not really, I was not into, I didn't really get the whole customer targeting. I just felt it is, I want to run an advert. I could just follow the Facebook process, Facebook steps, do this, do that, do this, and do that. And I realized that I was leaving so much money on the table. Do you understand? So until I went further to start learning copywriting, having an idea of copywriting, how to create images, how to design images, proper images, and stuff like that. Then then I realized that digital marketing is wide. You can't just say you are just good in, you might be a pro in running adverts, but you need to also know how to come up with converting ads. You need to come up with ad images that would convert. You need to come up with ad text that are properly well written. Do you understand? So I felt
Mm-hmm.
I did not take that in I didn't take that to scope in the beginning. I was just wasting. So I was spending at the point when I started, if I spent about $40 and I got like two, three others, I'll feel like I'm okay, I'm good. But a year later, after I learned some basics and some major key whatever in digital marketing, I could spend $5 and start getting 10 others. So I felt I left a chunk of money back then when I started. Because if I had stretched that, and I feel one of the things that got me too excited was the fact that I made an 100K, I made some money. And I was just cool at that point. I was cool at that point that at this point, if I could make this particular amount of money, regardless of what I'm doing, I don't mind doing the same thing all over and all over and all over. And it took me time to realize on some marketing and advertising platform that they have policies. They have
Mm,
policies that guide these platforms. Like a platform like Facebook, they have their policy always reviewed every 30 days. So it needs to be as updated as possible on Facebook ads. Same thing as
mm,
Google ads as well. So I didn't take note of that. So I might have lost a whole lot of accounts. I have had accounts banned due to some negligence of information and stuff like that. So I
okay.
felt if I had some informations now that I had back then when I started, I would have maximized those accounts. I would have maximized funding of advertisement and the like. So I felt my
Mm,
lowest point when I was starting was not being able to stretch for more information, and I was just okay with what I had at that point in time.
okay, good. Can you in any way just give us one or two pointers today on some of the things that can make your account become suspended on some platforms? Some popular reasons why some of our accounts can get bad from Twitter, from LinkedIn, and some just an overview, things that we should know, not necessarily even as business people or digital marketers, but that everybody should know.
Things
So
things
just a
that
few tips.
things, things that can get your account suspended. Well, if you are running ads, you need to read the policies. You need to know about the policies. And if you are also not running ads and you are just running it, I feel what there are some words that on Facebook, there are some words that are not totally allowed if you are running adverts. There are some ones that are allowed if you are trying to be educational, to 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 create an awareness for some people. Okay, this is how to do this. You need to do this and do this and do this. Some words are very okay for Facebook, for an instance. But if you are in a sponsor that Facebook won't allow most of those words, except you, it's for educational purposes, and except if your audience is being streamlined and some category of age are excluded. Do you understand? And most
Mm-hmm.
times, payments could be an issue. Your card. Now we have a restriction on Nigerian cards, $100 monthly restriction, which has caused a lot of issue for digital
Mm-hmm.
marketers now, because they can't, spending way above their budget in a month is now seems to be a problem. So what I do most times, I try as
Mm-hmm.
much as possible. What I do most times, I try as much as possible. I try as much as possible to run my ads in naira if possible. Then I use Bata card. I think Bata has a limit over 100. I think Bata has a limit over 100. Then on Google,
I'm sorry, I didn't get that. You said you run your ads in naira.
yeah, most times, no, most times Facebook allow you run your ads in naira and in dollars. So when I run it in naira, it's easier for me to scale the $100, since I'm not spending in dollars. The $100 cumulative limit. So that's what I do most times on my Facebook and other um, other platforms. Then Facebook and Google. Well, I used to tell people and I tell folks, if you can get your matrix right on Facebook, Facebook is a good mine, because Facebook is a social platform, while Google is not a social platform. Google is, I don't know how to put it. Google reaches out on your behalf. Google goes to other platform on your behalf. Do you understand? But
Okay.
Facebook, that's why I said earlier in the days when I was running ads, I was spending $40. I was seeing $4. Then let me give you an instance. During the lockdown was one of my favorite moments ever as a digital marketer. It was a blast for me. Like an income I could have possibly make in about 6 months. I made it in like couple of 8, 9, 10 days during lockdown. That was how good lockdown was for me. So I was like I said, I'm an affiliate marketer as well. So the company I work for, one of the companies I work for, they are into health, beauty, and so I was on a random day. I was like, bro, there's lockdown, oh, and people will be at home, or like people are also has health issues, and I could just push out some health products. And so I started, and I got some new ideas on adverts. There's this course I particularly bought. I bought it a week before lockdown. It's a course on information marketing, stuff like that, by Jonathan Melody. So I bought that course. Nice course. And I saw the course. When I saw the first two chapters, I was a digital marketer already, so I was not a beginner. So I knew what I needed to tweak things around in my adverts. When I got the course and I saw one of it, and then I took it, I did an image, I did some changes, and I ran an ad for, I think I spent about $50, and I was getting about 80 orders, just spending $50. And each of those orders will bring up about an average of 10,000 naira. So imagine
Wow.
spending about $50 and making close to 600,000 with just $50. So
Wow.
when I got that matrix right, I knew this was working. I knew this was
Mm-hmm.
working at that point in time. So and one thing about Facebook, when you get a working formula, just stick to it.
Mm-hmm.
You need to squeeze the juice out of it. So
Mm-hmm.
I stick to that formula. I was funding it. I was funding it like no man's land. I was spending more, and I was focusing on states, because then I was targeting on Nigeria. Normally we target the whole of Nigeria, but during the lockdown, there was interstate ban, this, that. So I now targeted states that has office, because we have some states that have the company's office. So I was targeting just those states. I targeted Lagos, PH, Enugu, and Ibadan. I just targeted that first state. I didn't target the whole of Nigeria. In Nigeria, I have like 10 others in Lagos. So from one health niche. I was trying so many health niche because people now have time for their device. I now have
Mm,
attention. Do you understand? And I was
mm.
just pushing, and I think in 8 days, I made. I think in 8 days I make 7 figures.
Wow.
7 figures. So since then, I've been building, and one of the things that could enable me at that point in time was the course I bought a week before. One of the major things about digital marketing, you need to keep updating yourself on
Yeah,
information.
you need to keep up with the trend.
Keep up with the trend. Keep up with the trend. I was so glad. I was with my friend. The funny thing, during that lockdown, the lockdown met me at my friend's place. So he was lucky because when I bought the course, I was at his place, so there was no how he was not going to learn or catch from what I was doing because he was also into the digital marketing. Funny thing is that we both made 7 figures in like 14 days, 8 days because we got that course, and since then that was an eye opener for my friend as well at that point in time to spend. So now at this current time, I don't mind. I can spend as much as any amount to get information that will keep me up the trend.
God
So
bless you.
basically, I feel information, always getting information per time, knowing what is happening, knowing what is working. What is working is very important. Every month there's a slight change in all advertising network, in all advertising
Mm,
platform. There's always a slight change every month, every 30 days. Now, if the last time you ran an ad on Facebook was December last year, and you are still using your metrics of December to still run ad April, you would lose so many money, and you might think that Facebook is
mm,
not making you get results, which you
mm-hmm.
are not updated. So most
Okay.
times, and before I run advert, I take my time on research. That
Mm,
research is one of the most important things that you should do. I think running of advert is probably the last process. You need to make
mm,
research on your product, on your customers, do some survey,
mm,
throw some survey out, speak to friends. Most times I even patronize my competitors. Know what your
mm,
competitors are doing. Because if
mm,
I am running ad, Mr. Damlola is running ad,
mhm,
Abimbola is running ad on the same niche, we are trying to get one customer's attention with three different
mhm,
adverts. So when you study your competitors, you know what you need to do to be ahead. So most times I
mm,
go as far as getting my competitors' product. I'll click on their website. I'll pay for the product. I want to see their landing page. I want to see their thank you page. I want to see
mm,
everything. Do you understand? So I go as far as
mm.
also romancing my competitors. And when I see what they are doing, I see their offers, I'll be like, okay, I can better this
Mm,
offer or I can do more. And one of the things that also makes me, and generally that makes you wrap up a client and get your amount into your pocket is your offer. I feel offer is
mm,
the king of art. You can't run an advert or you can't run a product advert without offers. So all
mm,
these things are what should be in place. You should know as a digital marketer. Aside from being a digital marketer, the opportunities are so many. The opportunities are so many. Aside from being an affiliate marketer, I have sold what people need in this dispensation that we are. I feel people don't want to go through the stress of don't want to go through the stress of learning some things or go through the stress of um doing one or two things. So I take my time. I learn some things. I make sure I learn it to the back and front. So when I
mm,
make sure I learn it, then I will now monetize it. That was why I bought that course I said I bought that year, that information
mm,
marketing course. So this January, because I'm also cryptocurrency and stock exchange savvy. I am obsessed with anything that has to do with dollars. So I have been on this bamboo app for about 6 months. That's one thing
mhm.
about me. Nobody taught me about the US stock market. That's why I said the internet is a place for everybody to be whatever you want to be if you are willing to.
Mm,
I think it was a post by Ogbeni Dipo on Instagram. He posted that bamboo US stock, you can get US stock. When I read
mhm,
the write up, what he said that got to me was the fact that 10, 20 years ago, to get a stock or to get a share of a company, there's a list of process you need to go through.
Mm-hmm.
But he said now we're in a world where you can just access US stock markets on your palm through your phone. And that got to me that really, is that possible? Because I know my dad back then used to invest in stocks, and I know the
Mm-hmm.
process. You see paper signing, this, that. So I took it to myself. I was studying the app for like 6 months. I was watching YouTube videos. I was doing that, doing this, and I said, okay, I think um, enough of reading and whatever. Because one thing I also feel is the problem of most people is that we consume too much information without taking action.
Good. We
We
learn by doing. We
Yeah,
learn more by doing.
by doing. So I'm this
Mm-hmm.
kind of person. My watchword is talk is cheap. I'd rather do something and fail at it
Mm-hmm.
than get it than saying, I know how to. So many people know how to do so many things just by speaking about it. Do you understand?
Mm.
So I took it to myself. I was like, okay, I need to get into this app. The minimum amount to deposit into my book was $20. I'm like, okay, if I will sacrifice $20, let me lose it or let me gain. I don't mind. So far I'm taking this step. When I took this step, $20 goes to $15 in like 2 weeks. I'm like, okay, what's going on? So in a month, in 2 months, the $20 turned $50. I'm like, okay, I think I'm getting hold of it. And I start learning there from adding $100 to $800. And I'm like, okay, this is something I could do. So
Mm.
I think January, I don't know. There was so many. I needed an urgent funds to. I know
Mm.
as entrepreneur, if you need money, you are equipped to get money. All you just need to do is to think. Just sit down. Money you get a way to make money. Nobody's paying me. I don't have it. Nobody's paying
Ah,
me salary yet. Do you understand? So me, I'm
correcto.
like, what should I do? So before January, I've been posting on my WhatsApp status, updating people. Tesla is a nice stock. They are doing well. This is what I feel. This and this. So it was registering in their subconscious. So while I'm making those profits, I update them.
Mm-hmm.
This is what is going on. This
Mm-hmm.
is how many percentage. I try as
Mm-hmm.
much as possible to blur the digits, but I show the percentage. I'll show them my
Mm-hmm.
portfolio. So I felt January I needed money for. I thought this is a nice time to hit this on when I placed it. So that particular week I made some profits. I was hitting them back to back. I was forecasting some movement and they were coming good. I just forecast, and while I was doing that, people were like, boss, how far? This thing, how far? Can't teach me
Hmm.
this. I'm like, I said, bro, don't worry. So I was sharing as much as possible to see the impact, the response from people. I know Nigeria, anything that has to do with money, people are interested. Do you understand? And what I do
Mm.
is that I
Mm-hmm.
make people see value. People must see value before you put things out. So what I do is that I I I I I I I teach people. I try and enlighten them about money, because I paid for a financial class at a point in time, because I feel you need to understand money in this entrepreneurial journey. Understanding
Mm-hmm.
money is also another thing you need to know. Do you understand? So I went for that class. So it was even in that class I got the bamboo idea, thanks to Shola Adeshakin wherever she is. Shola Adeshakin is my financial coach wherever she is. So
Mm.
I got up and running. I started educating people on my timeline about the advantages of any money in dollars. And I made an instance when I was 7. Is it 16 or 17? They were paying 19.8, which was about 60 something dollars. And at that
Mm.
time, dollar was about 200, 300. And I was now citing an example. They are paying coppers now 30 something thousand. That 30 something thousand is actually below $60.
Mm.
So 19.8 as at 2015 is greater than
Mm-hmm.
33,000 as at now.
Of course. Of course.
Do you understand? And most
Of
times
course.
people don't get to see it this way. They were happy because they were making 33,000, but in the real sense, when it's converted to dollar, you're actually making less from what you
Mm.
were making back then in 2016. So I was
Mm.
giving people this dollar naira education for like a while, because I knew I was heading to selling something. But my audience need to see the value and they need to see the need. Just like one of my mentors will tell me, Mr. Ronald Inzimora, is going to say, give your customer an offer that they can never refuse. Let them
Mm.
see this offer and they'll be like, ah, if I don't get this, I'm on a losing end. And when you are giving them
Mm.
that offer, you're also going to put a timeline to it, a deadline to it. This is open for the next few hours, 24 hours, for the next 50, 30
Mhm.
people. So after I did all that business talk, that dollar and naira talk, and I went back to posting my stock wherever I was eating it at. I just came up, okay, I'm holding. I was like, I know people have been chatting me up about stock. Okay, I think I'm ready to hold the stock class. All I want is 20 people. Initially, I charge $100. That's actually my first time. It's not as if I've charged any money before, but you need to make them see that there's value in this. I'm like, initially I charge $100, but for the first, I want 20 people in, but for the first 15 people, I will take $25. To my surprise, I had about 25, close to 30 people in one day, and I even made over the money I needed. So immediately I finished the course. And one thing about this as well that I've noticed is that we have people online too that makes money through information marketing, but when
Mm.
customers or their clients get to pay them the money and they are done with the first class or second class, they are done with the customer, they leave the customer, which is very bad. Which is very bad. So when I took the class and I did about $400, $500, I also had to make sure that I took it upon myself now to make sure that they succeed in the class. It's not just about collecting money. You need to sustain that value. Do you understand? Because I feel those set of students are my tickets to my next class. So if I'm charging $200 in my next class, I have a proof. Yo, meet this lady, meet this guy. In my class,
Of
they
course.
made this, they made this, they made this. Do you understand? So I took it upon myself. So I started spending extra hours. When I'm done with my client's job, I spend extra hours. MTN do give YouTube sub at night. I spend
Mhm.
extra hours. I use the MTN sub. I check. I look. I watch stock market videos. I follow so many trends. I start giving them materials, and it got to a point. They now became. I won't say they became a pro, but at least they moved from amateur to a to.
Intermediate.
Do you understand? So they were. I was surprised when they started bringing in signals to the group by themselves. So I felt okay. This is progress. So till now, I hardly even drop signals in the group because they are up to that level where they've made money, they've lost money, so they know what it takes to get signals. Do you understand? So back to my initial story. So I feel digital marketing is a tool. Entrepreneurship is a tool. As an entrepreneur, when you need money, you need to
Mm.
think. When you need money, you
Mm.
think. Because when you think, I was telling one of my friends, I'll be like, I'm not scared to go broke. Not like I love to go broke. I'm not scared to go broke. But so far I have a laptop and internet, trust me, just keep me in a room for at least 24, 48 hours. A way will surely come out. A way will surely come out. And that's what the digital space marketing has,
Um,
has crafted me into. To always look for a way out. So basically, I
all
feel
right.
that's it.
All right. Winnie, that was incisive. That was incisive, and you actually took us on a journey. Thank you for that. I'm going to attempt to do a summary and to see if I'm a good student of
Okay.
everything you said,
Okay.
and then to also add some additional context and information for everyone that is viewing. First things first, COVID-19 has made it very interesting for anybody who wants to play around the digital space. Because yes, traditional marketing will not go extinct, and there are places where we will still have to do with traditional marketing, your
Yeah.
print, radio, TV, billboards, and the likes. However, there is room for more market share for digital marketing. That's the same marketing, but this time around online. And there are skills that can be learned very quickly. You do not need a 4-year degree course to be able
Okay.
to get on digital marketing, understand the technology, understand the methodology of thinking and how to go about it, and then go ahead to deliver with clients. which is what Mr. Winnie Daniels has shared with us in the last couple of minutes from his experience. And then one very important thing that you said that must not skip that I want to reemphasize is the fact that we learn by doing. Which is the reason why one of the platforms we'll be introducing, you mentioned the number of platforms online that you can get materials, and one that I'll be emphasizing today very quickly is www.inkeeper.work. And what it also does is that Inkeeper.work gives you access to learning materials. For digital marketing is one of it, and then also gives you access to instructors and mentors like Winnie Daniels, who is also affiliated to Edgar Academy and also Inkeeper.work. So for any young person or any who's listening and can get the ears of young people and want to encourage them to take advantage of this opportunity, just as Winnie Daniels has said, it's very important that we take continuous learning serious. It's very important that we not only um, do continuous learning, but at the end of the day, we get access to mentors and we ask questions. And we continue to improve on ourselves, understand the trends, are diligent at it, and then before we know it, we're able to make profit with our talent. And one very important thing you also said was the fact that yes, you understand digital technology, but there was the part of you being entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
And that allows you to be able to critically think about challenges around you. And I like the part that when you're in need of funds, there are things that you know that with internet access and with a computer in front of you, you can send that and you can think your way around it.
Yeah.
I think I did a wonderful job running a quick summary of most of the key points that you have mentioned today. Right.
Perfect.
Thank you so much, Mr. Winidumi. We'll need to cap it up. We are over 40 minutes already on
Wow.
this live show. It looks like we just started and we could go on and
Seriously.
on. So it's very interesting having you on board with us to share from your wealth of experience and from the insights you have gleaned in the line of your work.
Thank you for having me.
Once again, just to quickly introduce, Winnie is a certified Google partner, an affiliate marketer, copywriter, lead digital marketing analyst with years of digital sales experience, and he works with startups, top brands, organizations in multiple industries. Um, he's available in case you would like to contact him. He's available at Edgar and is also available on online. Please just drop your Twitter handle or your LinkedIn
Mhm.
so that we can reach out to you directly if you want to. And then you can also get across to Edgar right on the channel that you are watching this stream live. And at the same time, an inkeeper.work has been the domain has been dropped in the chat box. So feel free to check out that website and we look forward to engaging you in future. Just some last words from Mr. Dunan before we get out of here.
So basically, you've actually summarized all. So what I would like to tell people is you guys should look down at the link that Mr. Damia have said, inkeeper.com, 8 gear, trust me, they're your number one stop to digital marketing experience. So basically,
Thank
try as
you.
much as possible to reach out to us and we'll be ready to help you in any way we can. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Duni. It was a pleasure and a delight speaking with you.
Thank you.
So, to everyone out there, it's been an interesting session, and I hope that you're able to pick one or two things personally as a business owner. We'll be getting back to you again as usual. We try to come live every Tuesday and every Thursday around 4 p.m., 5 p.m. thereabouts. So keep in touch. Keep follow us. Click the like buttons on our media platforms. Click the follow buttons on LinkedIn, and then keep in touch. If you have any questions that may have arisen in any of the conversations we have had, please feel free to drop a chat. We'll reach out to you. And thank you. Have a wonderful day and stay blessed. Bye.